Alright, let's see. Here's a question. If you file your taxes with the United States and you want to remove all your tax money you paid in, can you do this? Yes, you can do this. You do not have to pay any more than the already established so-called tax. As of 1983, but better known as 1868, the government here and in Europe, because the government here was controlled by Europe and still is the pay no tax. You don't pay taxes. We don't issue income taxes. We don't issue refunds or anything like that. The only thing that they can do is if you paid the tax, you paid less than the 5% a year, you're more than likely ain't going to get hardly anything back. And the reason for it is because of road construction, road clearing, taxes the 1% that goes to the school, and that of let's say the actual local land tax of $1, which floats $1 around in the sense of non-floating to the government, and that's mainly used to pay people. The government is not an authority by that of any book or law or rule or regulation. It's just there to help you in the sense of if you get into a fight, and a nice way of saying it is mainly to keep the peace, that no elected official is considered official. They're considered an elected person, as there was never wording that they were ever official. And Trump knows this. Bush knows this. Clintons know this, even though their last name's not Clinton. Reagan knew this. Let's see who else. A lot of the different presidents knew this. As far as the president, he is 100% suable by all laws in every land. As far as your taxes must be paid within 5 years of the date that they were assigned. So don't let H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, and whatever tax company or so-called professional tax preparer tell you that you cannot fund, or not fund, but that you cannot collect for previous years. Because I'll tell you how Compass and Welfare and California and Texas and New York and Florida are doing this. So-called mega millionaires. You're broke as a joke. Look at the negative before before any and all of your debt, because it says right on the line of your letters says negative 105 million whatever dollars. See, Trump got this bright idea to use this white eraser, which is often used in drawing, to get rid of the negative. Little negative, typewriter thing. Except on the back of the paper, it shows the indent of the typewriter. But if Trump had a brain, he would realize one thing. Look at the law that says that of verifiable things upon all things. that are verified, and how they're verified, and how things need to be verified, and what order and what machines, what equipment you can use to, so it's verifiable. It doesn't say laser, it doesn't say inkjet. That's how you know that anytime Trump mouths off, you can technically tell him off. Because a laser jet, an inkjet, and all that was never actually used in Europe. Still not used to this day. So yeah, you can file your taxes up to 5 years and get something back in technically a refund. As the experiment of whether or not income tax is good for people and whether or not it's good for a society, it's not. That's why it's just easier to charge a service fee of a certain percentage for people to pay. Now, as far as local and school tax, they're a non-authority. When I say non-authority, they have no rights. Judicial has non-authority. They don't have no rights. So when they send you the request to appear, you don't actually have to show. I'll tell you how I know this is because the books over there are locked up in a vault that say this. Except the computer's there, which no one, I think, hardly ever uses. This tells you what the law is. In 1980, the scam of trying to overrule law went into effect in North America and South America because people wanted to break the law. Canada, they wanted to break the law, but not so much. See, there's a problem with messing with the hierarchy, and that problem often is one thing. A hierarchy isn't established by an organization, a group, or a membership, even though you may get cards allowing you in the building, or a card that proves that you are actually employed by these people. And that's about it. So everything to date is against the people. Every murder, kill, every judicial decision, every tax penny goes against people. It's a fast way to screw yourself. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that out there. Is that one, tax is not welfare's property. It's not the judicial's property. For earned income. No church can accept or file for earned income because it is already ruled by a regulation of a law that says the churches are no good. It's not an experiment. That a church cannot file. A temple cannot file. A mosque cannot file a tax return. You can file your taxes. You just can't ask for a return. Any and all people found to file taxes and want to return through another person, when I say through another person, it's not really through the person, but try to get a tax return from its congregation or membership of any organization or any church organization, it's illegal. Even when you go down and you file child support. That's why church girls are no good. If they're girls. Same way with Amish. You call them Amish, it's Amish. By the way, if Amish and the state ever looked, and the federal ever looked, there is no laws and regulations and rules that help you take care of that farm. As far as people, that's easy. As far as numbers of people, that's easy. Very, very easy to take care of. And how to get around all the wording and regulations and this, that, and the other thing. By the way, it was told to Europe that North, South America, and Canada are dumb enough to try to stick this under my name. Everyone that ever did certain things that was part of the European governments, the Soviet government, and when I say Soviet, I say that you just waving a camera around to get a video, that's not legal. That's the funny part. So anyway, like I said, right now there's a trial reference lawsuit going on right now. An investigation as well, side by side with the lawsuit, that keeps adding and adding and adding and adding more money to the lawsuit, by that of a certain law and foreign, well, I can't say foreign, even though it is covered under the Foreign Act, an article of not separation of country, but a person either asylum or a refugee of another country by them not wanting to be that. Technically, a nice way to say it is a hostage. So anyway, that's why they laugh when the U.S. Army is actually overseas. Anyway, have a good day.